Hello, my beautiful sacred beings. My name is Sarah Elizabeth, and welcome to this video. It is an honor and privilege to have you in this time and space, and for us to connect and to have this connection, to get to know one another, to serve one another, and encourage and support one another. I wanted to hop on here and share with you some of the nuggets and wisdoms and remembrance that I've had over the last 4 months with healing Pmdd. And I recognized that the majority of people that are here with me on these platforms, they have Pmdd, and so we are just trying to find our connection and safety within each other and to support each other through those really hard and turbulent times. And also, I have a collective of women who also follow me, and we're just creators and healers and things of that nature. So I really want to emphasize and focus on womb healing and womb connection. So I hope and pray that you do the same below in the comments and to introduce yourself to me, because I'm not just here to talk. I'm here to support you and to encourage you and also to establish a relationship with you. I am a self-published author and a Reiki master. And what I do in this lifetime is teach women how to heal. Now, in a couple months ago, if you would have asked me what I do, I would have said a intuitive spiritual healer and life coach for women. However, I was reminded of the grander reason why I'm here, and that is to be a teacher. And I teach you how to heal energetically through energy medicine, through plant medicine, through movement, and through embodiment. Anything that has to do with energy, I teach you how to master and to manipulate and to feel safe in your own energy. So that's what I've been doing the past couple months, is just really learning how to feel safe and to reconnect to my body, especially to my womb space. And so I want to share with you some of the breakthroughs that I had so far. And before we get started, let's just take some time to make space and to establish that connection to our body. And the intention of doing this is just to make time, make time to breathe consciously. So let's begin by taking a deep breath in, and I'm going to turn this way because I don't want to blow that energy onto you. That's not cool, right? So let's take a deep breath in. Relaxing those shoulders, bringing those shoulders back, dropping them in, expanding that heart space, expanding that stomach, and sinking into the body. And then exhale out. Gorgeous. Let's do that 2 more times. Deep breath in. Beautiful job. Let's take an exhale out. Feeling that subtle shifts in your energy. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and let's just hold that breath. Exhale out. And let's focus on one thing that we are extremely grateful for in this moment. And when you are ready, if you have closed your eyes, let's go ahead and open them. And I want to encourage you to put your phone down for just a second and just shake your arms out and just shake your body, loosening up getting rid of any stagnant energy and just get that energy flowing, get that chi flowing. All right, gorgeous. Oh, yes, 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 yes. All right. So, if you are just stumbling on this channel, on this video, and if you are experiencing disharmony, if you're experiencing discomfort, if you are experiencing dis-ease, if you are experiencing anxiety, depression, uncertainty, confusion, restlessness, you're exactly where you need to be, and this message is for you. And if you have Pmdd, this message is extremely for you. I realized again how disconnected we are from our mother. And when we are disconnected from our mother, we are disconnected from ourselves. When we are disconnected from ourselves, we are creating suffering within our body. When we create that suffering within the body, we are now creating disharmony and discomfort and dis-ease and confusion, all of that stuff. And part of that reason is because we are resisting. What in particularly are we resisting? We are resisting the cycle of life. We are resisting the ebb and flow of the natural current of our bodies, especially in the divine feminine body, which is then denying and restricting and disconnecting us from the natural ebb and flow of Mother Earth. If you look at the moon cycle, which is your period, and if you look at the life cycle of Mother Earth, we have the same natural rhythm. We have winter, spring, summer, fall. And we, as the divine feminine, mimic and we follow that currency. And when we fight against that currency, we are not allowing ourselves to fully be reborn and regenerate and reconnect and reharmonize with our body, with nature. And I believe the reason because of that is because we've forgotten about our mother. We've forgotten that we are a daughter of a beautiful mother that cries with us, that is hot as us, that is magical like us. And when things are out of balance, that's when, I guess you would say, shit hits the fan, right? So I'm here to remind you that you are connected to something way bigger than yourself.
I think it's Arion.
No, it's not. It's not. No,
Who is it?
it's not. Please. I love you. It wasn't Arion. Okay, thank you. We forget that we are part of something very, very magical, and if we take time and to recognize and to remember that we are part of something very beautiful, we will begin to remember that, okay, I have been conditioned to beat myself into a grave to make money. I have been conditioned to drink and eat and smoke my problems away. I have been conditioned to pick up my phone so I don't have to feel that disharmony within my body. And we're getting strewn away. And luckily, at least in my vortex, a lot of women are tapping into that and they're remembering that. And I have the blessing to hold space for that. So, and I don't say those things to, point the finger or to make you feel bad. By George, I was one of them. That's why I suffered, up until April. And the thing is, I had those intuitive messages and I was half-assing it. I recognized that I've been disassociating myself from that message because I didn't find value, or I didn't think I was worthy of having this beautiful, special capability of giving birth every single month to this beautiful, grand, majestic woman. So I was on that trance too. And it wasn't until I broke that trance in February. When you have Pmdd, which is like PMS on steroids, by the way, what you have really, really, really bad suicidal thoughts, okay? And I was having really, really bad suicidal thoughts. I mean, seriously, I was at the end of my rope at this point again, but for real, okay? And I just sat down one day, and I remember the doctors, they couldn't do anything for me, surprise. And I just had this idea, okay, and I got into chemical menopause. That's what it was. Okay, during that chemical menopause, I'm going to do the work, right? So I was in those suicidal moments, and I just stopped and paused and started asking myself some questions. And come to find out that my suicidal thoughts is a form of protection for me. I have grown up in a very abusive, traumatic household where I was beat every single day, emotionally, physically, mentally, every single day up until I was 13 years old. And, well, no, actually 14. And when the beatings got so hard, when life got so hard, I would escape and I would think to myself, I just want to kill myself. I just want to kill myself. I just want to kill myself. And I always carried that habit with me, and I recognized every time shit gets hard, I want to kill myself. And I recognized that it was a protective mechanism. So I sat down in meditation, I journaled it out, and then I went back into those times in my childhood and healed that little girl. And I stood up to those people and I got my power back. And ever since then, I have not had a suicidal thought. When I noticed that, my interest got piqued. I was like, oh, okay. Well, if that worked, what else could work? And so I just been on following these breadcrumbs, basically. And I did an ayahuasca ceremony back in April, and the download was amazing. And that download basically told me, Sarah, you have a lot of fucking power in your womb space. You have so much power and you are suppressing it every single day. You're not allowing that womb space to come up. You're not allowing yourself to express and create. You're holding on to energy. And in order for you to get help, I want you to look into human design. So all of that worked out divinely. I have this coach that follows me, and she reached out to me and she was like, hey, I'm called to give you a human design reading. And I took it, and I've been a client, I've been sold. So learning that I am a manifestor generator, I am governed by my womb space, okay? And that's why I tell clients all the time, we've got to know what type of energy that we're dealing with. So these personality tests, these astrology things, the human design readings, that is very, very important, because you get to know your true nature, and it is such a powerful tool. So you can know yourself, because we don't know ourselves. We have no clue who we really are. We know our trauma, we know our addictions, we know, what we don't like, all these other things. That's all we know. So I'm governed by my womb space. And so I've been working with my coach, and she's been teaching me. And then also intuitively, I have been following my own voice of getting this out. And I believe part of the second thing, besides forgetting that we're part of Mother Earth and she's totally here to support us, is that we hold so much energy in our womb space. And a lot of them are ideas. Let's take a moment and think about an idea that you had and you thought, no, that's crazy, that would never work. And it just sat there in the body. And now we have sciatica, and now our lower back hurts, and my uterus hurts, and you know what I'm saying? So the second thing I want to encourage you to do is just get that energy out through journaling, whether it's an idea or whatever. I come up with like so many ideas, and that's part of the thing about manifestor generators. They're all constantly generating ideas, okay? And so I just write it all down. I write how I feel. I write my ideas. I write all of this stuff. I make these videos. I create. And I've noticed that my uterus is not holding on to so much energy. So that really, really, really helps. Okay. The third thing that I want to bring into your awareness is really paying attention to your moon cycle, aka your period. Just like Mother Earth, our period has 4 cycles: winter, spring, summer, fall. All right. And I'm just right now, I want to speak from my experience and my teachings and learnings of the luteal phase and the bleeding phase. The luteal phase is the fall. We're preparing for the fall. And the winter stage is the death, the final death. You're bleeding, right? So what I want to encourage you to do is in that luteal phase is to remember, or in that luteal phase is to really start tapping into your body. And believe it or not, whether you have PMDD or PMS or whatever, I promise you, if you take some deep breaths in, you are going to get the messages of what your body needs. And it might sound erratic and spontaneous, because she's been trying to get your attention this whole entire time. And you see what I'm saying? So really take time to listen to what your body needs. And I'm not saying that we're the same, but based off all the readings that I've read, it's all basically the same thing. Is just, what does our body exactly need in that right time? So movement And when I say movement, it doesn't mean like pop on a, yoga video. You can do that. Or it doesn't mean to like turn on a song and dance. You can do that. I really want to encourage you to look at movement as this sacred experience, right? So let's back up just a little bit. I want to paint a picture in your head to help you like get the idea. Your uterus is a goddess. Okay, she is a goddess. This is a queen, and this flesh serves that queen. So this queen is in her luteal phase. She's sketched out. She's scared because she's fixing to prepare to die. And we don't know, she doesn't know what's on the other side. She doesn't know what to expect. And so when we are scared, what do we need the most when we're scared? We need to feel protected. We need to feel loved. We need to feel nourished. Do you see what I'm saying? So what are some of the things that she needs so she can feel safe, so she can rest and allow herself to die? Because that's basically what you're doing. You are you're going through a death and rebirth every single month. Okay? And you're giving you're giving birth to something better every single month, to yourself first, and to ideas and all these other things, children, pets, whatever, right? So that's the story that my uterus gave me. And so, okay, what can I do to serve you? What can I do to make you feel safe? Intuitive movement. And it's just the simplest, subtle movement. If it's a crazy idea, if you're like, that sounds crazy, you should be doing it as long as it's not harming you or anyone else. Yin yoga. Yin is the feminine aspect, the moon aspect. And so breathing and just stretching into that chest, getting into that root chakra. And if you want to learn more about intuitive movement exercises, let me know and I will share that with you. So movement, and then eating energetic, nutrient-dense foods that are high in carbs, beans, potatoes, greens, berries. Berries are womb washers, I like to say. Potatoes, sweet potatoes, just make hearty, delicious foods. Quinoa and rice, or beans and rice, potato soup, and when I'm making these meals, I literally have this vision of making this beautiful meal for this queen, my uterus. And so I'm mixing and I'm dicing and I'm doing these things and I'm adding these seasoned and herbs to just make her feel comfortable and safe. And lots of rest. She needs lots of rest. I like to prop myself up with pillows. I like to just lay in my bed. I like to sit on the couch. I like to read, and I like to journal anything that comes up for me. And then we transition into the winter phase. In the winter phase, we start our periods, our moon cycle, and we're shedding the uterus. We are now dying. And that's why we have these low energies, and that low energy just brings us into the womb space. And we're just in this cocoon. I literally feel like I'm in this cocoon, and I'm just here, and I'm experiencing the birthing pains, and I'm breathing through them. And I use plant medicine, specifically kratom, because it can get a little intense. That's why Mother Earth created kratom, to assist with pain. So I take kratom, I bless it, and I take it, and it just allows me to surrender even more. Okay? So that has been like such a game changer for me, and I refuse to go back. I notice that a lot of women that have Pmdd, they're stay-at-home mothers, praise the Lord, and they work for themselves, praise the Lord. Money comes and goes. Your health boo-boo, okay? Your health. And if you're beating yourself into a ditch with your job that's supposed to create freedom, I invite you to look at that and to ask yourself, am I really trusting the divine? Am I really trusting the universe? Am I really trusting Mother Earth? Am I really trusting myself? Because if you were finally guilty AF, you would just let the whole business go. And I notice my business is at least staying afloat. It's at least paying my back office bills. And I will say I do hold privilege. My husband works full time, so I really don't have to stress about putting food on the table or anything else like that. And if you are not in that situation, I would invite you to message me and let's just look at this, you know? So anyway, so right now I'm in my summer and spring and summer. So I'm like, what's up? What's up? And I'm just noticing my energy. This is my second period since I've been really like taking my healing seriously. And for the first time, I'm just feeling like I'm finally making breakthrough. I can finally scream and make that post. I healed myself. I healed myself. And compared to 1,000 to 1, because that's how Pmdd rolls, I'm at a 4 with the whole cycle. And again, it's really about listening to your body. It's really about listening to your body. And then the other thing is, it's really about changing your mindset. It's really about mindset, but that's a whole nother conversation because I have one more point that I want to make. And then I want to provide you some resources. So the last thing I want to remember, especially if you're having womb disorders and if you have Pmdd or any type of disharmony, and I love this so much because it brought me full circle back into my passion, and that is energy. So I am an empath and I'm a Reiki master. So I practice Reiki on others and I teach others how to use Reiki. And during this whole process, I have amped myself Reiki practices. I sit and do Reiki on myself at least 4 times a week, and it's really been supporting me. Like, I am so passionate about this energetic modality. And if you want to learn more, just let me know. But I'm an empath, and ever since I became attuned to Reiki, I noticed that everything's energy. Everything is energy. We are constantly taking in energy with the environment around us. We're consuming energy. We're giving out energy. We have energy from above. We have energy from below. You know, we have energy from our phones. And there's no good or bad with energy because it's always transmuted. It's always manipulated and never becomes alive, or it never dies. It just recycles itself. And we are a part of that recycling business. And that means that we really have to step up our energetic cleansing game. We have to move this energy out. And I get it. I don't want to. I'm lazy. I'm tired. I get it. Been there, done that. But after really committing these last 4 months, I'm like, whoa, this really does make a difference. Whether it's through yoga or dancing or Reiki or journaling, you got to move your body, man. You got to move your body. And then the second thing is you've got to be putting good stuff in your body. Okay. I've cleaned up my diet drastically. I'm trying not to make this video long, but if you want to learn more, I am ready to lay it down. Do you hear me? But the point that I'm trying to make with energy is that If you have experienced any type of severe trauma, starting from the womb all the way up till 15 years old, you may have forgotten that, and you may have healed that, and you may have found peace with that. But let me tell you something. The body keeps the score. The body remembers. And how does the body, how do we forget? Because we're always up here. We're disconnected from this altar. We're disconnected from this temple, right? So if you have not read the book, The Body Keeps Score, strongly encourage you to do that, because this book has allowed me to see the patterns that I was not aware of. With PMDD, you disassociate. I have disassociated from my emotions. I can't feel my own emotions. And I depersonalize. I don't make myself a big deal because, everybody else is a big deal. I'm like, whatever. And that's why I'm in the predicament that I am right now. But I'm grateful because it's a story to tell. So The Body Keeps the Score. It teaches you what you're doing, especially if you suffer from traumatic wounds and PTSD and stuff like that. And then it teaches you modalities also, which is all about embodiment, which is all about befriending your emotions, right? And I'm about to start reading The Absent Mother because, again, I realize the only thing I can feel besides when I step into ceremony and besides when I hold space and when I do all my magical witchy things, I can feel all that. But when I'm out of that space, I cannot feel. I don't wake up in the morning feeling joyful and blissful and whatever. I wake up in the morning feeling numb. And it's because I have been emotionally neglected. And so I'm just allowing myself to go through those transitions of healing, to release the energy out of my body. I can't stress that enough, okay? So I just wanted to share those things with you. I pray that this video has supported you on your path. I hope that it's given you hope, all right? I have so much more to talk about, and if you want more, just let me know. And I'm here to hold space for you. I am currently working on a course to attune women who are healing to Reiki level 1. It is going to be a really groovy, feminine perspective healing course, because the energy, that's basically what it is. It's trapped energy in the body. Besides trapped energy, it's about the diet. It's about so many things, y'all. So many things. So I hope and pray that this video has supported you. Let me know in the comments below. I love you guys so very much. I'm sending you massive love and healing and abundance and grace and just so much gratitude towards you. All right. Thank you guys so very much. I love you. Again, my name is Sarah Elizabeth. Be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, podcast. We just did a beautiful podcast on conscious cannabis. So if you smoke cannabis, that episode's for you. All right. Love you.